Hello and welcome to a very special segment of the Store TV from a very busy and hectic Mumbai, India. Hello, and I'm here with Farah Malik Bhanji, who is an Executive Director of Metro Stores. Farah, perhaps we could start if you could just give us a little history of Metro and the stores and how they've evolved.
We started our first store about 50 years ago in Mumbai, in Colaba, and then we've basically built in the initial stages, because the way the real estate market was, it wasn't very easily accessible. We had a very slow progression. And then over the last 2 years, we've reached almost 120 standalone stores now. And we basically retail under two formats. One is Metro Shoes and one is Mochi. One of our major USPs has been regional sensitivity. India is a land where I think the buying habits change every 100 kilometers, to say the least. And we speak over 2,000 languages, and that has actually played a large role in the way that we cater to our markets. So currently, although we're in 40 cities, our range caters to the local market.
So how many different ranges would you have in those 40 stores?
It's basically, for instance, we would have different heel heights that cater to different markets. So in Calcutta, the lowest heel height would be 2 inches. In Chandigarh, it would be 4 inches, which would be acceptable. And so although the main design would stay the same, we would cater the product to suit that region. Colors do very well in Chandigarh in the north. They don't do so well in Chennai. So it literally is like working in different countries. Although you're one country, it's like working in different countries.
That must make supply chain complexities and stock keeping unit complexities for you.
It does, but we have a lot of systems. We've invested very early in a very good back-end system. When we started looking at how we were going to manage our stores and be scalable to reach the 100 store mark, we looked at systems which would allow us to check what styles sell regionally. And when we were looking out for IT systems to see which one to go for, we realized that there's nothing that encapsulates the peculiarities of our business. So we actually went in-house. Also, the education level of the staff in our stores is not very high, because if you see, when they service a customer, they have to touch a person's feet. And that doesn't attract the best of customers, the best of employees. So we actually set up a 3-click approach to MIS, where any report that they wanted was 3 clicks away. And really, with us, they've grown. We have almost a 0 attrition rate, because we use our own people, to sort of grow with us. And today, if I had to open another 100 stores, I'll have another 100 managers ready who are assisting the current ones.
Well, that's unbelievably important in ensuring that actually a concept is scalable.
Scalable, as well as the culture of the original store. And basically what we've seen is Indians make great entrepreneurs, but they are not very good employees. And that was one of the major issues we hit when we were growing. So what we did is we said, okay, how can we make the manager feel that he's still an entrepreneur and take independent decisions? We set up a system where all our staff, front end as well as the buyers, are purely on a revenue sharing basis. There is no fixed income that they get. They're partners in our business. If we grow, they grow with us. So that has led to a very unique model for us. And they literally, our shops are open 365 days of the year, 10 to 10, no complaints. They manage the shifts. They decide how they want to run. We do have certain systems that ensure that the experience that you would get walking into a Crawford Market shop would be plus minus 10% to a Colaba shop. So we ensure that the systems are there to control it, but the way they function is like an entrepreneur, and that has worked very well for us.
We've seen a lot of developments in shopping malls, and probably maybe India is oversupplied in shopping malls.
Absolutely,
now.
I agree with that.
What's the relationship between, in a sense, the shopping mall concept versus the organised trade in the more sort of street stores?
The shopping malls have actually given us a great opportunity to expand very quickly, and I think all brands across the board have actually, the rate of expansion in the last 2 years would be very different to what it was before that. So they have definitely opened a lot of real estate. However, having said that, we till about a year back, I mean, the malls would look at their business very differently than what a retailer would look at it. So it was never a real great win-win relationship. Now, the recession, one of the good things that have happened is they're looking to partner with good retailers. So that is one aspect that has changed. High street is still very strong in India. So there are certain markets, because of real estate costs, and malls are not getting the space that they require to open in all markets. We still see very strong high street markets that are still available. Especially in tier 2 towns, the high street still rules. So where we've expanded, although we'll have a mall shop, we also have a high street shop in the main street.
Is there a greater sophistication now to the Indian consumer?
Absolutely. They are far more aware because of just the media that has exposed them to everything. So they are much more aware and evolved consumer that walks in. They want value for money. They're not willing to take substandard levels of service. They're very clear about what they want, and they know that they rule now in this day and age. And I think that has evolved over time. Just take the car industry for that matter. I mean, we didn't have a choice of what car you'd buy about 10 years ago, and now there's such a plethora of choice that we have. So I think that has basically evolved, and retailers too are ensuring that they can keep up with this consumer. So it definitely has become more sophisticated. Probably see a little more of that in the mall shop than in the high street shop.
And your sort of summary view of Indian retailing into the future, is it a bright prospect?
I definitely think so. And like I mentioned earlier, I strongly think that it's going to be a mix of the unorganized players as well as the organized players. I mean, both have their space in the in the retail scenario. And I think there's so much potential. I mean, if you just look at footwear, individual footwear consumption in India is only at half a pair per annum, and in any developed country it would be 4 to 6 pairs. I mean, there's so much potential in India. It's just how you can capture it.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be no shortage both of opportunities and challenges for you and your brands over the course of the next few years. Thank you very much indeed for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks. It was a pleasure.